have the balls to make the calls?
Welcome back, real estate enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your investing skills to the next level? Well, I have some exciting news for you today. Get ready to learn the secrets of taking over house payments and doing as many deals as you want. Hi, my name is Justin Chamness, and I've been in the real estate game for years. I've seen it all, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today, I'm thrilled to invite you to join me on a free real estate live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. During our live stream chat, we'll dive deep into the world of creative real estate strategies, and I'll present you with various deals. And here's the twist. You decide what to offer. That's right. You'll have the chance to put your knowledge to the test. Have you ever wondered which strategy to use in a particular situation? Should you go with an all-cash deal? Or maybe explore a subject-to arrangement? Or perhaps lease purchase is the way to go? Well, you're in luck, because we're going to discuss all of these strategies and more during our live stream. The big question is, will you know what to do when faced with different real estate scenarios? We'll cover it all, and at the end of each live stream, I'll reveal to you the answers. You'll walk away with a deeper understanding of the best approaches for each deal. But wait, there's more. Our live stream isn't just about me presenting deals and sharing knowledge. It's an interactive experience where you can connect with fellow real estate enthusiasts from around the world and share your thoughts and ideas, ask questions, and get involved in the discussion. So mark your calendars and make sure that you don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to learn and grow together. Join me on our free live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's time to become a master of creative real estate strategies. Remember, the power to take over house payments and do as many deals as you want is within your reach. Together, let's unlock the secrets of real estate success. I'll see you at the live stream. Hey, guys, I did that 2 weeks in a row, and here I am. Now you can hear me. Okay. You guys are so awesome. You stayed here with me. You put up with my nonsense. All right. I know better. There's a mute button here, the mute button here. It does automatic muting and unmuting sometimes. It's like it's strange. It's like buying a new car right now. I swear it's like getting in a space shuttle compared to what we used to have with the old crankaroo windows and then the push up and down, lock system. That's how it used to work. But in the old handle with the spring and the, I miss that because I hate sitting there waiting for the electric motor to move the chair, the driver's seat slowly back because I'm a tall guy. Yeah, you might not know that because you only know my virtual persona, but I'm a pretty tall guy and I always got to move the driver's seat back. And you know what? If it's raining, you got to hit that button and then wait. It's like do 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 the elevator music because it's going to be 5 minutes before I can get my butt in the car. And I'm just like, where are the good old days where we had just you grab a handle, jerk that thing, and slam it back. When it clicks, you know you're in. if you know what I'm talking about, go ahead and put something in the chat about that. Tell us your favorite car. All right. Let me know you're here watching tonight. We do have quite a few people that have plugged in already on the live stream. And I want to say thank you for being here, first of all. I see quite a few folks here. I see Luke, I see Carrie, I see Rob, I see Chauncey, I see Nick. Let me see who else. Thank you guys, a bunch. Julian, Maximo. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Everybody giving me the big shout out about the no sound. I think we're back on track. Yes. Okay, what I was saying is will you know what to do? Did I did I get to that part before? Okay. This is an important time in history because there are motivated sellers out there. They need to sell. They can't sell as easily as they used to, excuse me, but that's great for us because when the banks aren't helping lend money so easily, it's a great opportunity for those of us that know how to structure something creative. Enter the creative real estate investor. All right. Now, a lot of times I want to say this right off the bat. We're thinking about creative real estate in the wholesaler kind of frame of mind. And that's okay. But there's a lot of other things that are a part of real estate besides just wholesaling. There's fixing and flipping. There's wholetailing. There's, what else? I don't know. Nowadays, there's short-term rentals. The list goes on and on. So you could do a lot of different things with real estate, and wholesaling or assigning as an exit strategy is just one thing. Okay. But that is a good thing right now too. Okay. So I want you to remember that wholesaling is always an option. Assigning your deal is always an option. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to use the same skills to develop passive income? Right? Ding, 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 ding. Hey, freedom. Hey, right, freedom. Get us out of here. I need to get the hell out of this job. How do I do that? Well, you do that by getting other people sending you checks or putting money right in your bank account or however you have it structured. All right. So you used to call it mailbox money. Not so much mailbox money anymore. All right. But the same skills will apply. All right. But let's talk about the skills. The skills are, I started out talking, I don't think you heard, but the one moving part in this entire business is just finding a motivated homeowner. Okay. And the motivated homeowner is going to tell you typically what strategy you need to employ. I think it's important to say here too, that sometimes we as investors, we get stuck and not only just in the wholesaler frame of mind, and we maybe get a little short-sighted because of that, but I think we also get stuck a little bit. We get a little stuck in the rut of thinking that there is a special technique to judging a property deal before talking with the homeowner. In other words, hey, Justin, I looked at the pictures on Zillow. I confirmed the address on PropStream and the owner's name. And I looked around the neighborhood a little bit there with, on the values and so on and so forth with the after repairs and the flip comps and all that great stuff that's over there. I kind of checked it out a little bit. And I've totally, this one here has got to be based on these pictures. This and such a strategy, it has to be an all cash discount offer. All right. Let me ask you a question and put this in the chat. Does it have to be an all cash offer just because it's an ugly house? Put it in the chat. I put it in the chat. If I've got an ugly house, does that mean automatically ding, 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 I've got to do an all cash discount offer? Okay. Think about it for a minute, because I think a lot of us would, jump right into it. Yeah. One trick pony, somebody said. Yeah, next week I'm presenting deals and you're going to tell me what strategy fits. Okay. This is going to be freaking fun, man. All right. I don't know if you're not into real estate. Hey, I get it if you don't like this. I am going to love this. Next week, I'm going to present like 5 deals that night. Okay. This is kind of like case studies. All right. Some of these I've done, some of these I want to do. All right. I'm going to present the deal details, and then I'm going to let you guys in the chat tell me what you think we should offer based on, and it's not just going to be the numbers. I'm going to create a little scenario. Okay. A seller scenario along with the deal. Okay. That's going to be a part of the package here. And then you're going to have to decide what would fit. Cash offer? Maybe. Is this a subject to? Maybe. What about a wraparound? Okay. All right. So I'm listing off some possible answers, and I'm going to present these so you can kind of do a little multiple choice. It's always going to be one of the following answers. All cash discount offer. Subject to. Wraparound. Seller carry back. Contract for deed or installment sale. Okay. Could be land contract. It's called different things in different states. Lease option or option. Now, that sounds maybe a little overwhelming because I just listed off like 6 different things. Maybe 7 or 8, but I don't know. It wasn't a lot, right? I mean, it is, but it's not. And I am going to attempt to get you to a place tonight where you understand all of what I just listed off enough to play the game with me next week. Is that fair? Is that a deal? If I can get you educated to the place tonight where you understand each of those strategies enough, and let me list them off again. All cash discount offer, subject to, wraparound, seller carryback, some kind of installment sale like a land contract or contract for deed, lease option. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to get you there. Okay. So that next week you're like, okay, based on what I learned tonight, when Justin presents the deal with the seller scenario, I can kind of grab one of these solutions and see if that wrench fits that nut. Maybe I'm the nut. I'm having a great time if I am. Okay, you guys are still going in on this. Hey, it can't be all cash all the time. Hey, I love the chat. It's so freaking active. I love it. Okay. Thanks for participating here, everybody. Yeah, not always a cash offer, because I think really what happens is folks get sold into the biz by the idea of, hey, just do this ugly house course, get you a dialer, sit in a cubicle in your house or wherever, and then just dial, on the dialer all day, talk to enough people, lowball for enough people. Golly, man. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Ah, ooh, yeah. Ah. That's how that, just saying it gives me the willies. It just sounds so dreadful. It's insisting that I scour the universe for this one type of nut so that I can apply my one wrench to it. Don't fall victim to that. All right. But that's easy to not fall victim to, because tonight I want to get you all the way educated to the point where for each of these deal types, we are going to discuss the name of it. Like, for example, all cash offer, low ball. Ugly or pretty, which is going to be our prospect. Is that an ugly house prospect or is this a pretty house prospect? So in other words, is an all cash offer. We just talked about that. Okay. So let's do the first one. We're just going to start right now. We're going to end the blabbery and get on with the work here. All right. Let's do offer name is going to be all cash. All right. So you can see I'm writing down all cash here at the top. Now, would we make an all cash offer to ugly houses or pretty houses? Put it in the chat. Lowball all cash offer. Yeah. All right. So is that an ugly house or is that a pretty house thing? Ooh, Lou coming out strong from the gate. Jason. Nick says, ugly. Hey, you know what? Most of the time it's ugly. But let me ask you a question. Has anyone ever had the true story that they made a lowball offer on some pretty nice looking house? Didn't need much repairs really. And they accepted it? Has that ever happened? Let me ask you a question. Has that ever happened to you? If that has happened to you, put it in the chat because we definitely want to hear about that. All right. If that has not happened to you, let me ask you this question. In your mind, if I said that someday if you lowballed a nice house, if you went and you lowballed a nice, pretty house, is it possible in your mind that they may say yes? You guys are like, yeah, it's happened thousands of times to other people, but never me. Never me. Well, maybe we got to change our mindset. All right. Are you the same kind of guy that buys the daily scratchers and then says to himself, I never win? Okay. Don't do that. I dropped my cap here on my marker. Sorry. Yeah. Are you the guy that buys the scratchers and says, I'm never going to win? You should at least have a good testimony for yourself. All right. Now I know you guys are like, hey, we don't do scratchers. All right. But you guys get the point. You got to have a good testimony of yourself that you're a winner. How about if you started adopting that story? Hey, I win everything, guys. You don't want me in the school raffle because I'll win. Now, it's funny when you don't, but it's funny when you do. I've proven this. I've proven this in my life. When I have that testimony of myself consistently for a minute in my life, I start winning stuff. Call it what you will. All right. It could be both. That's what we decided. We decided it could be both. You guys are sharp. Now, but typically it's just ugly. Okay. Let's talk about the seller's mortgage. Mortgage. What a weird word. All right, let's talk about the deed too. We're going to talk about deed. In a cash deal, is the deed transferring now or later? Okay, because in all of these strategies, the deed is going to transfer at some point. Either now, like up front on the front end here, or like later on after the house has been paid for, maybe like after a term. Okay. So the deed is always going to transfer. All right. It's just, is it going to transfer now or later? All right. So what would be the case here for a cash offer? Since this is our prototype for, we're going to go through every deal rather quickly tonight. We're only going to be here an hour, so we got 35 minutes left. We're going to go through every deal type. We're going to break it down just like this so you can do screenshots and stuff if you need to. All right. Yeah. Nick says now. Okay. The deed transfers now. Absolutely. Meaning, like, yeah, you guys are going to close pretty soon and close, right? And the deed transfers then. Okay. How about this next one? The seller's mortgage. Are you paying the seller's mortgage or is the seller paying the seller's mortgage? This is kind of a trick question almost. The seller's mortgage in this case, because it's an all cash offer, yeah, the investor is going to pay for it all up front in cash. Okay, so it's all going to be done. Are there payments going to the seller? No. Right? No. No payments going to the seller because it's all being paid off, right? The mortgage is being completely paid off. Okay. Now, the question that we ask, this is important. Okay. What is the question that we ask? If we want to know if a homeowner will sell to us all cash discounted, what's the question? Put it in the chat if you know it. We've talked about it last week, the week before. We went through all of the deal types, and we will pay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got distracted by chat because Nick said, yeah, the seller's mortgage, you pay, I pay, and there's no payments going to the seller. Exactly. Yeah, that's all cash. Yeah. Maximo, my dude. Yep. And Bopley, I don't know if I said that right, but I hope so. Thanks for being here tonight. What's the least you would take if I can close in 2 weeks? And then Maximo said, what's the least you'll take? Yeah, bingo. Ding, 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 ding. We need to ring the bell, man. I need a giant freaking gong, man. You guys ever get your home stereo system cranked up and go to YouTube and then search like Earth Gong? Search Earth Gong, Gong. There's like gongs that are like 6 foot across, and they play them. And if you stand right in front of your speakers, so here's the question. If I were to pay you all cash and close quickly, what's the least amount you could accept? All right. Now, here's another thing we need to know. The agreement, what paperwork do we use? Put that in the chat. Yeah, I just gave it away, though, because I'm bored with this strategy. PSA, purchase and sale agreement. Yeah, the Earth Gong. Yeah, just go to YouTube and Google, like search Earth Gong, Gong, and look and see the videos with these gongs that are like 5-6 feet across, man. And they play them gently and create these crazy sounds, especially if you've got them in your headphones. Wow, man, it's like you're listening to the universe vibrate or something, man. It's really something. All right, I know I'm a weird guy. All right, so this is cash. Does this make sense? Everybody understands the protocol for what we're doing tonight. We're about to go through the other deal types, which are, again, we're about to do subject to, then we're going to do wraparound, then we're going to do seller carryback, Then we're going to do contract for deed or land contract or installment sale. Then we're going to do a lease purchase. Then we're going to do, or a lease option. Then we're going to do a lease. And then we're going to do a straight option. Okay. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Not really. Not really. Watch, because we're going to get through this a bunch real quick. Because a lot of it's the same. And I want you to see that I'm not just saying, hey, a lot of this is the same and it's simple and you just gotta, hey, it's easy. Just be like me. Okay. There's a lot of people that teach like that, and I think that sucks. All right. But that's not what I'm saying. So this is actually easy. We're gonna find out really quickly here that all this is basically the same for most of these strategies. The next strategy we're gonna do is we're gonna do Sub2. I've got a course called Sub2.0, by the way, and you can you can get it for free over at shutupmoney.com. Specially designed for pre-foreclosures. And I don't know if you think there might be some of those out there right now. Okay. So you can get it for free, the Sub 2.0, my agreements package. If you just spent time going through the agreements package, if that's all you did, you would come away with so much better understanding of subject to. Okay. That course is for free over at shutupmoney.com. So let's do let's do Sub 2.0 right here. Prospect, is that an ugly or a pretty house? Somebody let me know. Ugly or pretty? And then we'll go through the rest of these pretty quickly, but ugly or pretty? Ugly or pretty? Is subject to an ugly house or a pretty house thing? First person that gets it right gets a million points. In the chat. Subject to pretty. Yes, Sierran. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Pretty, both. All right, 1,000,000 points for everybody. Everybody gets 1,000,000 points. But really, honestly, it would be both, wouldn't it? It really would. It would be both again. Because after all, you could definitely take over the mortgage, which is subject to taking over their mortgage payment. Okay. Pretty house, ugly house doesn't matter. Does the deed transfer now or later? In a subject to, the deed transfers on the front side, the now side. The seller's mortgage, are you paying it or is the seller going to continue paying it? You're going to pay it. Okay. Not the seller. You're taking over maintenance of the seller's payment. Okay. Payments to seller. It maybe if it's a hybrid and you're owing them maybe more money than what you're doing the mortgage, taking over the mortgage. But if we're just doing a straight subject to payments to the seller, no, you're going to be making the payments, the mortgage payments to the homeowner's mortgage company, right? Okay, the question. You guys are already ahead of me. God, I love you guys. All right. The question is, if I could pay all the closing fees and there were no realtor commissions to pay, this is Nick, what would be the least you'd consider taking for the property? Okay, I'm not sure if you mean for the subject to or not. Let me recommend this phrase here for subject to as the question. The question you would ask if you were asking a homeowner if they would consider a subject to. Here's what you would say. It's real tough. Okay, real tough. But you got to lock this one in your mind. Lock it in. This is a straight subject to. Mr. Homeowner, would you sell us the house for what you owe? Yeah, Nick said that was for the all cash. That was a good one for all cash. Hey, this one here, subject to, would you sell us the house for what you owe? Good question. That's how you would breach a conversation with a homeowner about a subject to. Now, what paperwork do we use for a subject to? What did we use for cash? Purchase and sale agreement. What are we going to use for subject to? Again, a purchase and sale agreement with a sub 2 disclosure. And what does that sub 2 disclosure say? Well, you should find out by going to shutupmoney.com and getting my free course on sub 2 because I have a disclosure in there for you. So you don't have to worry about how to come up with one. All right, so that's subject 2. Let's do the next one. Let's do wraparound. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're welcome, Nick. Let's do wraparound. And by the way, if you don't know what a subject to is, just Google that. Shh. Okay. Do y'all want me to do it? You want me to Google sub 2? Let me do that real quick because it's really going to be fun. Okay. Hold on. I got to Google what is subject to? What is buying a home with a subject to? Okay. Now that's not even good English, but I'm going to definitely, let's see here. Where do I find this? Is this it? I think this is it. I'm sharing screens now. I'm going to search what is buying a home with a subject to. It is a simplest form of the subject to, and a subject to mortgage refers to the loan that's already in place. When you purchase a property subject to, you are essentially buying the home subject to the existing mortgage. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, so again, just like I showed, the deed transfers now, the mortgage stays in place, and you make the mortgage payment, not the homeowner. Okay. Now, just real quick, let's switch this around and say, what does it mean to buy a house with a wraparound? Watch this. A wraparound mortgage is a home that allows the seller to maintain their existing mortgage while the buyer's mortgage wraps around the existing amount owed. Now, let me show you what I mean here, and we will break down a wrap because we just did the subject to. So let's do the wrap. I have horrible penmanship sometimes. Okay, that looks like a vampire wrote that. I better change this here. Hold on. This is horrible. Mom, I'm trying to do better. I got bad marks in school for this, and I'm trying to improve, mother. Wrap. Let's talk about a wrap. Ugly or pretty? Could be either. Does the deed change now or later? Just like a subject to, now. So far, everything's the same as subject to. So far, everything's the same as cash, really. Seller's mortgage, do you pay or the seller pays? Well, you're going to continue paying the seller's mortgage here. Is the seller getting payments? Well, in a wraparound, they may be, again, if you owe them more money than just what their mortgage is. Yeah, but let's just say it's just a straight wraparound where you're just doing the mortgage. You're going to have another mortgage. The deed's going to transfer to you, the investor, right up front. It's going to be in your name, and you're going to give that homeowner a mortgage, and you're going to pay the homeowner. So payments are going to the homeowner, and the homeowner is paying their mortgage. Okay, did I say that right this time? All right, payments to the seller? Yes. You're going to get the deed. You're going to have a mortgage. It's going to be to the homeowner. You're going to be paying the homeowner, and the homeowner is going to be paying their mortgage. Yeah, exactly, Maximo. Okay. So here's the thing. It's so close to a subject to. Let's take a step back and look then. Okay. Wrap is like a subject to in the sense that it's ugly or pretty houses. The deed transfers up front, just like a subject to. The seller's mortgage, though, instead of you paying it in a subject to, the seller's going to continue paying it. And you're going to give the seller a second lien position, or maybe third. And you're going to be making a payment to them every month. Or your end buyer here, whoever ends up with the property. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? See, it's not so complicated when you look at it like this a little bit, maybe, I hope. What's the question that we would ask for a wraparound? See, the question for a subject to is would you sell us the house for what you owe? Okay. What would be the question now for a wraparound? Lou, you said, what if they don't? What do you mean, what if they don't what? What if they don't make the payment to the mortgage company? Okay, good question. Not typically going to be the person you do a wraparound with, okay? You do a subject to with people who are hurting for money and really they only owe like you're getting the house for what they owe, okay? A wraparound is probably more suitable for the homeowner because in our day and age, because you're probably going to give them more than just what the mortgage is. And so they're going to have skin in the game. In other words, there's equity that they want to collect in a wraparound. So they're not likely to default on the bank note because that would cause them to be able to lose out on everything. Okay. And they don't want that. That's the last stuff they want. Okay. They don't want that. So the question we would ask a subject to is, would you sell us for the house for what you owe? It is the same identical thing for a wraparound. Would you sell us the house for what you owe? And if they are okay with selling the house for what they owe, or maybe a little more, okay, then you would be able to structure a scenario where they can, if they're conscious, credit conscious people, they're maybe not financially, on the balls of their ass, so to speak. Okay, if they are on the financial balls of their ass, they're subject to. Okay, because you're going to be making the payment. In a wraparound, you're not doing a deal with a homeowner that's on the balls of their ass financially because they're going to be continuing to make the payment. You're going to wrap around everything that they owe, and anything you owe them too on top of that is all going into one big mortgage to them, and it's going to be paid every month. And then out of that, they're going to pay their mortgage. Okay. Yeah, Nick's got me all kinds of ways messed up now because he's like, hey, the next thing is you got to get all these on one page. They got to be color coordinated with a graph. One of those, a PERT chart as well, with the bubbles and all that, And what kind of graph was it that Kamala Harris likes? That kind of graph. We got to have that one. And then then you guys will be able to really compare side by side what deal structures. It wouldn't even be that hard if somebody out there cue the sad music they play for the puppy commercials. If someone out there loves me enough to take this information and screenshot it and then build a spreadsheet with side by side comparisons and color code the thing, I will always and forever be your fan. Forever. And I will tell everybody how cool you are. And only you. Because only you will have done such cool shit for me. Is anybody buying that? I hope so. Okay, let's talk about the next one. We did cash. We did scratch offs. No, wait a minute. That's not right. We did cash. We did subject to. We did wraparounds. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do seller carryback. Maximo says, which would be the strategy when a seller wants to sell and take out a new mortgage? Well, really, it could be any of these. Could be any of these. They're increasing their income monthly, which may increase their ability to purchase a property due to the fact that they now have a better debt to income ratio. Okay. Because about 2/3 of, and don't quote me, I'm not a loan guy. All right. But about 2/3 of their their income there can be considered as income. So, you know, um, a lot of these strategies these strategies don't really prevent a financially capable person of moving on to another house. Okay. Now, if you're just on the, like I said, if you're financially on the balls of your ass, okay, then subject to is probably what we're going for here. Okay. If you're kind of like, not on the balls of your ass, but you're a credit conscious individual, but you're ready to walk away. Well, we're going to do a wraparound, okay, if we can, right? And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to do, maybe some kind of hybrid where there's a subject to, and then there's a seller carryback. I'm just going to mark that as a seller carryback, okay? This would be a hybrid. This would be where, the deed changes hands here in a subject to. So it could be ugly or pretty, and the deed's going to change hands now. Okay. And, you're going to go ahead and make a payment, make the mortgage payment, and maybe you're going to also make a payment to the homeowner too. Yeah. There's hybrids involved there. There's lots of things you can do in creative real estate. Pretty much whatever fits the whatever wrench fits the nut. Yeah, that's what you got to use. And you don't know that until you really, because you can't judge an ugly house or a pretty house. I wanted to say that. You can't just judge an ugly house or a pretty house and say, oh yeah, this is definitely a subject to. You don't know that, because the homeowner might be more credit conscious. He might be a little more financially savvy. He might be uncomfortable with you getting the deed right away and, and taking over the payment. Maybe he's okay with you getting the deed, but he wants to continue making the payment. Okay, well, then that's a wraparound. Okay. I hope that clicked for somebody right then. All right. So a seller carryback, obviously payments going to the seller. What would be the question we would ask? It would be something like this. Would you accept a small down payment and the rest of your equity in installments or payments? That would work, right? Would you accept a small down payment and monthly installments if you're secured by a mortgage position, you might add? Okay. So again, not to confuse anybody here, this hybrid stuff's pretty popular right now though. Okay. Because a lot of times you end up, maybe doing something where you're taking over the payment, but or at least making the, covering the PITI, but then the homeowner maybe inevitably almost always wants more money than that. So, Mr. Homeowner, would you consider a small down payment on that and the rest of your equity in installments? Maybe learning how to negotiate that, or doing the down payment negotiation like that. Hey, would you accept a little bit less than that and maybe the rest in a year? You know what? You have not because you asked not. That's what he said. All right. Now, that's the question. What agreements do you use for seller carrybacks? Somebody put it in the chat. What agreements would we have to have in order to do let's say we were going to do something like a subject to, but we still owed the homeowner money and we were going to have to make payments on, he was going to accept payments on a big chunk of this, and a reasonable down payment, and so, so this is a hybrid deal. We're going to do a subject to, and we're also going to do a payment to the homeowner. Maybe that's the scenario. I don't know. What would we do? What's the paperwork? Okay. My point is here is that no matter really what you want to structure, a purchase and sale agreement pretty much covers it all, like really. You might want a financing addendum though, okay? You might want to, to kind of break down what the payments are going to be and interest rate and so on and so forth. So far in every deal type, they're all super simple, like pretty simple. They're all really similar, and they all really have so far used a purchase and sale agreement in either cash was a straight purchase and sale agreement. Subject to was a purchase and sale agreement with a subject to disclosure. Okay. Wraparound was a purchase and sale agreement with a wraparound disclosure. And by the way, I put that in my Sub2 course as well. So if you don't have my Sub2 course, in the paperwork now in that course, it's free, by the way. Get it at shutupmoney.com. But in the paperwork now, I've put a wraparound disclosure as well. So, because really, frankly, it's just a subtle change. All right. It still uses the same purchase and sale agreement. It just, instead of a subject to disclosure, which is in the course, now I've also included a wraparound disclosure. Okay. All right. So that's all, pretty simple so far, in my opinion. Once it clicks, you'll always have it. All right. And let's talk about the next one. The next one is contract for deed. Okay. I'm just going to write that CFD. It could be land contract. It could be an installment contract. It could be whatever it's called in your state. This is what I like to call just like basic, straight owner finance. Let me tell you something, guys and gals. This is kind of a hot thing right now. All right. I'm putting my feet in the waters on this. And other people I'm seeing are having successes with this as well. This strategy we're talking about right now, contract for deed. Is it pretty houses or ugly houses? If you don't know what contract for deed or an installment sale is, it's the homeowner is going to be the bank for you. Okay. The deed is going to transfer later. So the homeowner retains it now. The homeowner pays their own mortgage, and you or your end buyer makes a payment to the homeowner. So it's just straight financing. And the deed doesn't change until after, you've paid it off or paid a substantial portion of it off. Okay. So installment sale is just basically the down payment and payments. Okay. And there's an interest rate usually. Okay. So what would we say for this? What's the question? The question is, for this type of sale, it would be, if I were able to give you close to what you're asking, would you take a small down payment and the rest of your equity in monthly installments? See, it's just the same exact question as the other. In the other, however, it was a hybrid subject to with a payment going to the homeowner. This here is just straight the homeowner. You're making a payment to the homeowner and they're paying the bills. Okay, this is straight financing from the homeowner. All right, so that's the question. If I were able to give you close to what you're asking, which in a lot of cases you can give them more than what they're asking. Okay, frankly, would you take a small down payment and the rest in installments? Let me give you two examples. What if, okay, and I say two examples because I have some experiences here. What if you had the only moving part in this entire business is the motivated seller. What if you had a motivated seller that had a house that he was willing to do this particular strategy of just straight seller finance? He's going to keep the deed. He's going to maintain the payments on the, everything, not just the mortgage, but the taxes, the insurance, the whole 9 yards. And you're going to make the payment to the homeowner. What if you got a contract with a homeowner like that, amortized over 30 years with a 5-year balloon, at 5% interest, $2,500 down, something like that, some small amount down. All right, I'm gonna say it again. Listen to the details because I want you to think about this for a minute because I hope this is eye opening for you. What if you had a homeowner right now that agreed to sell or finance the house to you, straight owner finance, nothing creative too much, nothing too wacky, no sub-2 seller carryback hybrids, no nothing weird. What if it was just a straight seller finance? Let's say it was $300,000. He's gonna finance it to you at 5% interest, amortized over 30 years, and there's a 5-year balloon, and he's only gonna want, let's say, $2,500, $3,000 down. Let's just say that. Okay, some small amount, 3,000 down. Is that something that, if it's assignable, okay, is that something you could put on the market somewhere? Do you think people will snatch at that? Do you think people will say, hey, I'll put 20 grand in your pocket to move in? I'm just asking, do you think it's possible? Why wouldn't it be? They go to the bank now at 7.5%. It's 5% down, or 10 or 20. Okay. It's bank qualifying. It's financially, oh my God, financially undressing in front of the banker. And he always wants to see me financially nude. Man, I broke into the bank like a nude intruder asking for money. Yo, here I am. Look at me now. Please. Can I have the money, Mr. Banker? I have some money. It's coming in, but I need more. Right? That's where you come in. Okay. What if you didn't have to do that and you put a house up there that said, hey, no bank qualifying, owner, finance, 5% interest, amortized 30 years with a 5-year balloon, $20,000 down. Pay that and it's yours. Pay that and it's yours. Maybe pass my little checkups, but do you think that's possible to make money on that? And do you think a homeowner would be comfortable with that? Oh my God, yes. Why wouldn't they? They get to keep the deed, they get to maintain their own payment, and they're getting 5% interest, usually more than what they owe. Okay? And you're turning around and selling the shiitake out of that, okay, to somebody that wants to move into a house and be a homeowner that can't qualify at the bank. Okay? I love this idea. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it. God, help me, please. And I'm serious, God. I'm praying right now. Help me do 5 more of these by the end of this year, at least. Why not? Why not? I win everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. Why wouldn't I win that way? Why wouldn't that be a great solution for a homeowner that needs to sell real bad and they got their mortgage when it was 2.5%? Mic drop. All right. For real. Think about it. All right. Let's get to the next one. Here's the next one, y'all. Lease option. You guys know I'm the lease option guy, and I love lease options. Let's talk about why. Number 1, because it's usually pretty houses, and I don't like crawling in nasty houses. Like, I don't like unscrewing front doors and boards off of front doors and crawling in broken ass windows. I don't like having roaches and chiggers crawl up in my shoes and go home with me. Or whatever, all those oak mites or whatever that is over there. It's nasty. I like the pretty house business, so I love lease options. I love lease options because I don't have to talk the homeowner out of his deed. It transfers way later. I like lease options because the seller's mortgage, he's going to continue to pay it most of the time. That's nice. I don't have to worry about it. Not really, because there's going to be a payment going to the homeowner. Yeah, that's it. That's what renters do. So lease options, pretty simple. The question we would ask for a lease option is Mr. Homeowner, if I were to pay you a monthly payment and I like to say, Mr. Homeowner, if I were to cover your PITI, woo, somebody write this down. Somebody write it down because I'm telling you, this is the words to use. Okay, if you're the guy that's wanting to make the money today, this is the words to use. If I were to pay your monthly PITI and be responsible for all repairs, would you allow me a 12-month lease, giving me time to line up better financing and close with you? Do you feel that? Ah, all right. That's the question. And you see, that's so palatable for all. You see, these offers get like more palatable for the homeowner. Like, we started with cash, that's great. Then we go to subject to, then wrap around, and it's like, ooh, I get it. But the deed transfer, and then I don't know, the mortgage is in that guy's name, and the wraparound's a little better. And then there's a seller carryback deal with a subject to, and that's a little better too. But then there's the contract for deed concept, and that's nice because the seller gets to kind of keep a little bit of power in the deal. And then the lease option's even better because they get to keep all the power in the deal practically. Okay, so that's the question we would ask one more time. If I were to pay your monthly PITI and be responsible for all repairs, would you allow us to a 12-month lease? Time to line up better financing and close with you. Okay? It's a good one. I love that one. That's like my favorite question. Like like the guy that it's time to make the donuts. Do you guys remember that? Like it is a while back, but wasn't that Dunkin' Donuts? Like back in the 1980s or early? Yeah, it was the 80s. The old guy'd get up out of the bed at like 3 a.m. and he'd put his old bakery outfit on and his hat, and he'd wander downstairs. He'd say, "It's time to make the donuts. It's time to make the donuts. It's time to make the donuts." All right, that's exactly like Justin here, except in the middle of the night, like I wake up and stumble into the bathroom, and I'm like, if I were to cover your monthly PITI and take care of all repairs, would you allow me a 12-month lease so I could line up better financing and close with you ASAP? It's time to make the donuts. I'm totally that old, man. I'm definitely old enough to know the donut guy. All right, so in a lease option, the seller pays, you pay a payment to the seller. That's the question. What agreement do we use? Well, we use a lease and an option agreement. But you know what? Here's the funny part. We could really make this even more simple, and we could just use a lease and a purchase and sale agreement just like all the other strategies. What's wrong with that? Isn't that cool? That's cool. All the other strategies use a purchase and sale agreement so far, except maybe contract for deed. That one an installment sale. You might do something different there, but the agreement here for most of the time is just straight purchase and sale agreement with a disclosure with a financing addendum. It's a purchase and sale agreement with a lease. Okay, it's almost always a purchase and sale agreement. Let me ask you a question. We're going over a little bit tonight, and we're almost done. We're 5 minutes away. if you're serious about this business, have you ever spent time just reading and understanding a good purchase and sale agreement? Because I'm here to tell you something, and I really mean this. If you've spent the last 3, 4, 5 years watching real estate videos, and oh my gosh, I know I'm talking to somebody right now. If you've watched the 3, 4, 5 years worth of YouTube videos, including me, you've been in 4 people's clubs, you bought 17 different courses, you joined up on 5 different live streams every week, right? You even bought in on classes on how to talk to homeowners about how to get deals, but we never really read the purchase and sale agreement yet because it's really boring and it's kind of scary. Is that the facts or what? I mean, I bet nobody would put that in the chat. Hey, that's me. But I'm telling you, spend time with a good purchase and sale agreement and reading it until you understand it. Ask questions. If you don't understand, Google things. But when you lock in a purchase and sale agreement up here, you got basically 90% of this business licked. For real. Okay, let's do the last one. Let's just do the last one, which is a straight option, and then we're done, all right? Straight option, and then we're out, and I'm going to go eat. I don't know what I'm eating tonight. Put it in the chat what you think I ought to eat, and it better not be shit. All right? Nobody tell me to go eat shit, but tell me what you think I should eat tonight. I'm kind of leaning towards some hefty meat, like maybe a nice big juicy steak that's seared. Like I want to sear the shit out of it. Yeah, medium on the inside. It's crispy a little bit on the outside. It's got salt. I even like the big grain sea salt. I don't know if you guys are into that, but all right, let's do the last one. Option. This is a straight option. All right, ugly or pretty? I'm going to pause for a minute. Put it in the chat. Ugly or pretty? Straight options, are they for ugly houses or pretty houses? Yep, you're right. You're right again. Ugly houses or pretty houses? Well, a lot of times, pretty houses could be an ugly house too, though. Okay? Could be a house with no equity at all. Much. Could very little. It could be a very nice house, could be a very ugly house. Does the deed transfer now or later with an option? Well, kind of a little bit of both. It'll transfer if you're successful. It'll transfer as soon as you're successful. Okay? An option. It's an option. It's not a commitment. It's if I can put this deal together. And I've got a question for you. We're going to explain that. Seller's mortgage, are they going to pay it? Well, you're going to pay it when you get it worked out. Okay? That's the option. Payments to seller? Well, no payments to seller because you're not going to pay anything until you get this worked out, and then you're going to buy the house. Or your buyer's going to buy the house. Okay? Could be a retail buyer, could be an investor buyer. Let's not get pigeonholed here. Okay? Question. What do we ask? Here's what we ask. If I were able, now here's what I ask. Okay? If I were able to sell your house off to one of my partners, I like the word partner. If I were able to sell your house off to one of my connections, all cash, with no risk to you in this deal, without renting it to us and without taking it off the market. And I don't mean the MLS, I mean the FSBO market. We will need to agree on a price so that it is the lowest amount you can take for a quick cash sale with no realtor fees. Should we talk further, or should I send my permission slip so that we can get started? I like calling an option a permission slip. Okay. Is that okay? Can I call an option a permission slip? Put that in the chat. Is it okay to call a straight option a permission slip? Mr. Homeowner, let me put it in country boy terms. Mr. Homeowner, if I were able to put this deal together, is that what you would like that, right? Okay, great. Because that's what they want to do. Yes, you would like me to buy the property. Great. Mr. Homeowner, I'm not certain that I have everything in place to pull the trigger today, but here's what I'd like to do. If you'll give me a permission slip, I and my partners will do our best to put this deal together within the next couple weeks. Okay. That's a pretty cool pitch. If you want to record that and play that over again or whatever, use that, steal that, it's yours. Okay. But that's what I say. Mr. Homeowner, I'm not certain that I have all the pieces in place to do this exact thing for cash today. But here's what I think I can do. Can I take this to my connections? And if we can put this together over the next week or two, can we come back to the table and buy the property then? I'll need you to sign my permission slip so that I can get started putting things together. Okay. That's what I say option. Okay. All right. That might be a pretty house. It might be an ugly house. All right. Love you guys a bunch. I went over. You're so faithful. You're so good. Every one of you here in the chat have been with me for over an hour. I love you. God bless you. Thank you for being a part of things. Go to my website, shutupmoney.com. Get the free Subject2 course. It's out there right now for free. It'll cost you your name and your email address and a phone number. I'm not going to harass you or anything like that, but I do want to maybe reach out to you at some point with something. And so anyway, just get the course, okay? Because it's not attached to anything. It's no strings attached here. So get the course because the paperwork, I'm telling you, the paperwork is super going to help. Inside it is a purchase and sale agreement if you need a good one. Okay? Like I said, spend time reading it because you'll master 90% of this business when you master the purchase and sale agreement. Okay? And then the other 10%, nobody gets rich in this business alone. Hang out with us. Okay? Go to shutupmoney.com, get the course. All right. The next thing is the paperwork. There's a disclosure in there that's going to help you with the Sub2. Then I've added that wraparound disclosure in there too. So if you just go there, you'll have a purchase and sale agreement you could use on cash deals. You'll have a purchase and sale agreement and a disclosure you can use on the Subject2 deals. You'll have a purchase and sale agreement and a disclosure you can use on the wraparound deals. You'll have a purchase and sale agreement and a disclosure you can use on your seller carryback hybrid deals. Okay. All right. Now, the rest of it, though, I've got, but you'll have to meet me to get it. If you want the whole kit, cat, and caboodle, all right. But I'm giving like all that away so far. So you just go there and get it, grab it. If you want to meet with me, hop on my calendar. I promise I will not talk your ear off. I will be pretty quick about things. I'm all about getting money right now. All right. And I'm not talking about from you. I'm actually in the real estate business. Okay. I think there's a lot of coaches out there that ain't in the real estate business. I care about real estate. I care about the words that create deals. All right. I think there's a lot of coaches out there that maybe don't do deals. They're not in the real estate business. When you get on my calendar, now I'm not talking to students now, I'm talking to prospects that may want to learn. When you get on my calendar, I really don't bullshit with you much. We're friendly and everything. But I want to know, what are your goals and what do you want to do to accomplish them? Because I've got a model and a system and a plan you could plug into. But I ain't got time for bullshit right now because we are in that time. Holy shit, we are in that time. If you are sitting around waiting on the time to come to get off the bench, you're missing the bus. There will be another bus, probably in another 5 or 10 or 15 years, if you're alive. Because I got a feeling somebody wants you dead, probably. I'm just saying, get up off your ass and let's do this. Let's do it. Be willing to turn loose of who and what you have been to become what you know you can be. Okay? That's what I'm asking you to do in a preachery kind of way. All right? When we get on the calendar together, let's not fuck around. Let's find out. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Love you guys a bunch. And I will talk to you next week. Next week, we're going to be doing this whole I present the deal, you tell me what fits. Okay? I present the deal, you tell me what fits. Here, I'm going to explain. I'm going to play the video and explain it one more time as we roll out. Love you guys. I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye.
Have the balls to make the calls?
Welcome back, real estate enthusiasts. Are you ready to take your investing skills to the next level? Well, I have some exciting news for you today. Get ready to learn the secrets of taking over house payments and doing as many deals as you want. Hi, my name is Justin Chamness, and I've been in the real estate game for years. I've seen it all, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today, I'm thrilled to invite you to join me on a free real estate live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. During our live stream chat, we'll dive deep into the world of creative real estate strategies, and I'll present you with various deals. And here's the twist. You decide what to offer. That's right. You'll have the chance to put your knowledge to the test. Have you ever wondered which strategy to use in a particular situation? Should you go with an all-cash deal? Or maybe explore a subject-to arrangement? Or perhaps lease purchase is the way to go? Well, you're in luck, because we're going to discuss all of these strategies and more during our live stream. The big question is, will you know what to do when faced with different real estate scenarios? We'll cover it all, and at the end of each live stream, I'll reveal to you the answers. You'll walk away with a deeper understanding of the best approaches for each deal. But wait, there's more. Our live stream isn't just about me presenting deals and sharing knowledge. It's an interactive experience where you can connect with fellow real estate enthusiasts from around the world and share your thoughts and ideas, ask questions, and get involved in the discussion. So mark your calendars and make sure that you don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to learn and grow together. Join me on our free live stream every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's time to become a master of creative real estate strategies. Remember, the power to take over house payments and do as many deals as you want is within your reach. Together, let's unlock the secrets of real estate success. I'll see you at the live stream. Justin Chamness here, and for a limited time, I'm giving away my Sub2.0 course. That is a subject-to wholesaling course designed for sell by owners, pre-foreclosures. So just go get it at shutupmoney.com. It's yours. You will have people call you. It's so effective. You will have people calling you, asking you if you take over other kinds of payments as well. Get money! Shut up, money!